want to help property owners and property managers outfit their Airbnb rentals for midterm or long-term guests, like our readers and followers at Life from Anywhere. We're going to show you how AI tools, in this case ChatGPT, can be used for simple design decor type projects and what a difference that can make. So I have a photo of a condo in which I'm staying. Actually, it was advertised for long-term rental. So I'll show you the picture. There we go. And you know what, for an Airbnb, it's not bad. It's actually a really comfortable bed. You know, there is a lamp, although it's just one of those little USB rechargeables. Not really that functional as a reading lamp, but better than nothing. You know, for a night or two, this would be fine. But if you were setting this up to be a long-term rental and you want really satisfied rental guests, then we can probably do a little better. So I'm going to bring that photo file into ChatGPT just by dragging it in. There we go. And upload that. And you may be familiar if you're a user. ChatGPT needs context. It needs specific prompts. We're going to say this photo is from a condo. It's now a long-term rental. We need this bedroom to be more functional for longer stays. What else? Tell it. Nightstands and reading lamps and some faux greenery to warm it up. Faux, of course, so you don't have to worry about plants dying with renters. Again, more context. The rest of the condo is more earth tones, and we'll say modern, mountain, rustic in style. We'd like this room to be consistent with that. We don't want a lot of clutter. Simple is good. We'd like to use the existing headboard because it's fine. Don't want to have to buy more stuff. I still say please to ChatGPT. Please mock up an image. All right, it's going to start thinking. So if you've done this before, you know that anytime you ask ChatGPT to give you an image, it's going to take a while. And so I'm going to start a stopwatch on my end just to get an idea, give you an idea of how long this takes. Now, I put it in context as compared to like hiring someone for this small project. You know, it might be at least days or weeks. So can you take a couple minutes, go get a coffee while ChatGPT does its thing? I think it's worth it. So we're at 60 seconds now, and it says, yeah, this may take a moment. All right, okay, you see we have the beginning of our image here, so drum roll. Let the anticipation begin. Well, we can see it's changed the wall color, so yeah, makes sense from a decor standpoint. I told it the rest of the space is kind of rustic, mountain style, so that cool tone bluish white wall, not the best fit. So far, kind of like it. Warming up the space. Oh, it left our ladder. Let's see how that's going to work with adding nightstands. Oh, that's interesting. So it put the ladder behind the, saying use what you have. A designer may look at this and go, oh no, the artwork should be behind the, you know, centered with the headboard, or yeah, you could say that, but actually it's not bad. And, you know, there's a little bit of visual interest with the blanket across there. I like that it reused, I think, the pillow that's there, or at least something similar. It came pretty darn close with in terms of the look. Now, you could, if you wanted this refined, right back in and say, you know what, I don't think that nightstand is going to allow the closet door to open. So what else might you suggest over there? It could find something narrower. But the idea here is to give you a place to start. So here's where I think this gets really cool. Can you suggest sources for the lamps and nightstands in particular? We'd like a mid price point. And because we're not asking for an image this time, this should go a lot faster. Absolutely. Modern, mountain, rustic. What it considers a mid price point. If that's not your price point, then clarify. Ask it to look again. If it says, yeah, you can go to West Elm. These are some of the woods you might look for. These are the tones you might look for. Here's what you can expect for prices. If Target's more your budget, here's the design, here's the line to look for. And then again for lamps, it's telling you aim for linen, burlap, ceramic. Great. I mean, this is along the lines, I think, of what someone who's good at decor would tell you, is these are the kinds of materials and these are places you might want to look. And then here's some sources for the greenery as well. So I like how ChatGPT kind of anticipates what you might need, even though I specifically didn't ask it for a source for the greenery. That's useful. It says, do you want to narrow this down to one retailer? No, but a mood board might be helpful, if I can type. So if you've ever worked with a designer or decorator professional, you know that they love their mood boards. And they can be really useful, especially if you're going to walk into stores, to have that reference. So again, asking it for an image, this is going to take a little while longer. Okay, so that took just shy of 60 seconds. And here's your mood board. So again, a designer might say, yeah, that's not a mood board. It doesn't show any real fabric samples. Like, it doesn't have the paint color in there, but it's better than nothing. And this cost me a $20 a month subscription to ChatGPT. So I think it's a great starting point. I think it's really helpful for visualization and really inexpensive. I hope it helps. Let us know what you think in the comments.